There's been an error. See, Zekey and I did a really cool video, and there was lots of visuals and lots of chat and stuff. And the Google recording didn't work. So we've got the sound, which is good. We don't have much in the way of imagery, so forgive me. I hope it doesn't spoil it for you. It's still really, really fun. See you next time. Hi guys, we are back for another shirt special, and who else would I have with me but the shirt maestro Zekey Downs? How you doing?
Hello, I am really good, thank you. Yeah, how are you?
Very, very well, thank you. I'm ready to dive into the murky world of bad shirts, because previously we did a little review of this season's wonderful shirts. I think there were a genuinely very good crop of shirts. There were some absolute bangers in there. We thought we wanted to do the very worst of shirts in MLS. So Ziggy's picked 5, I've picked 5. We think these are the worst shirts in MLS, and we're going to head through them. You looking forward to it?
Definitely. I absolutely love looking at awful shirts, so let's do it.
I intentionally wore this very nondescript Minnesota one, just black with a light blue. I was like, this is just, it can't be hated, surely.
No, well, I mean, yeah, mine's not quite MLS, but it's US, so it sort of works.
Is it an Oliver York?
Yeah, so it's New York Evo, their supporters group. They were really kind, and they basically posted me 2 when I was expecting 1.
Oh wow!
So, yeah, but it's absolutely lovely. I think.
That's fantastic. I love the fan shirts. There's some really nice ones out there as well. I know the St. Louis one from their inaugural season is really nice. I thought about getting that one. I still might, to be honest.
Yeah, why not?
Absolutely. Right. Would you like to start and bring out your first shirt?
Okay, so I have started off with, so this isn't in any order, and I found it quite hard actually, because when I was looking at them, there are lots of really nice MLS kits.
Absolutely. Yeah, a lot that I love.
I didn't really want to choose ones that were plain or bland, because they're not bad. It's just that they're just a bit too plain in my eyes.
Yes. Yeah, I getcha.
I've decided to go in another direction. The first one I've gone for is the Columbus Crew 2016 away. I like how they've been quite creative with it.
Yeah.
But I just don't think the colors work very well. The blue and the red with the yellow. I think it's yellow. It looks a bit goldy, but
yeah.
On the front, and it's quite a lot. And the fact that obviously the sleeves are white as well, it really emphasizes that main body. So yeah, I might change my mind later on and absolutely love it, but
yeah,
as it stands now, I don't.
Yeah, it's a funny one that I can see that it's a total mishmash. When I first saw it, I liked it. The more I look at it, the more I go off it. It's like you say, it looks like they've mashed 2 designs together.
Yeah.
Or it was maybe designed by committee. I insist on blue sleeves. I insist on red sleeves. So all right, we'll do a bit of both and then have those on there.
Yeah, I think there was actually something about this. It was that this was the first kit of something, and I really should have remembered what that was.
2016. What's that going to be?
Something happened just before this, and then this was their sort of statement shirt.
Wasn't the new badge, was it? Because they moved from the one with the 3 guys on.
Possibly. Maybe it was that.
Could be that. Someone let us know in the comments, please. Educate us on this. But yeah, I think the yellow as well. It's not the normal Columbus yellow, and it looks a bit urine-y to me.
Yeah, in a very nice way. It's in the best way possible.
Yeah.
It does look like urine.
It's a very strong start, I think. Yeah, there's definitely something to go at. Yeah, no, I'm not a big fan either, to be honest. Even though my first instinct was to like it, I'm inclined to agree. Good
Okay.
stuff. Well, let's move on to my first one, which is unfortunately also a Columbus Crew shirt, but completely different to this one. So it's the 2010 home shirt, which to me looks like someone's knocked it up in an evening. From a yellow t-shirt, it looks ill-fitting because the sleeves sort of look maybe a bit too long. The bit that sort of goes from the neckline to somewhere in the middle of the shirt sleeve is odd and doesn't match the bit that supposed to carry onto it on the shirt sleeve. The sponsor looks too high. The kit maker's, the manufacturer's bit looks too high, and that sponsor is a crazy choice. In my opinion, it's too big. It's off center. It looks it just looks homemade. It looks like a sticker.
Yeah, I think overall it looks a bit cheap, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It looks like it's been made not very well. That sponsor looks like it's just been slapped on.
Yeah.
And that weird line, that curved black line.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's there. But yeah, I feel actually I wish this was in my top 5 because it's not good. It's not good at all.
Columbus Crew fans, we are not picking on you, but please explain these shirts if you can. I'd really like an explanation of why they came about, how they were received by the fans when they were out. Because I mean, it's 2010. This one, quite a long time ago. So yeah, any long-term fans, I'd really like a bit more info on that because I don't know what the choices were that went into that.
Yeah, definitely.
Come on, what's your number 4 then?
So. I have gone for the Chicago Fire 2005 third shirt. And
yes.
I don't know. It doesn't seem right. I'm not sure what it is. There's just something about it that doesn't look like a football shirt. And I don't really understand it. I like the sort of light purple color.
Yes.
That's nice. But the Puma in the middle, not keen on that. I don't know what the other thing on the other side is, the white strip.
I mean, that's got to be the sponsor, I guess, because they've got the stars in the middle. The sponsor has to move up to that, which I've never seen before. It's completely new to me.
Yeah, I don't really understand it. I think this is actually quite popular with a lot of people, but just doesn't really work in my eyes. I don't get the stars on the front. It looks a bit tacky, but yeah, I don't know. It's just
It's a very interesting shirt, and I think, like you've alluded to earlier on, there's a lot of very plain shirts when looking through the history of the shirts. And I think this one is definitely not one of those. It definitely stands out. I can't make up my mind whether I like it or don't like it. It's a really strange one to gaze upon, actually. I think in a way I really like it, but in another way, I can see why it also doesn't work. It looks too busy.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is, but yeah, I think it is definitely one of those Marmite ones, isn't it? But it's hard to work out if you love it or you hate it. Maybe if you had it in your hands, you would like it more.
Yeah.
And sort of understand what it's about. But yeah, I don't know. No,
yeah, I'd definitely like to see one, like a proper, an up close version of it, or actually see one in the cloth. And I'd be really intrigued to see that. Fire fans, please let us know if you've got one, because that is one of the strangest shirts I've ever seen. All right, I'm going to go with my number 4. And this one, again, it's one I didn't know whether to love or hate. In the end, I came down, it was too much. And it's the New England Revolution 1998 third kit. So not one I expect is in many people's wardrobes, but I came down on this one. And again, on the same season, there was a very similar one to this. But I settled on this one because the stars, there's just so many stars. And then the word revolution, and then the star with the text and the badge here. And the badge is also looking, because it's got the stripes, it's also a bit like the stripes that are coming across the shirt, but they're also not like them as well. And it feels to me like an assault on the senses.
Yeah, it's very American, isn't it? Like that's
Oh yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Like they don't really do things in half measures.
That's true.
It's all in. Looking at the revolution, it's annoying me that it's not in the middle of the shirt.
Yeah,
it doesn't line up with the collar. There's obviously a reason why, but I don't like that. But I do understand it. I do like it, but not that much, I don't think. And then it's got the tiny little Reebok logo in
yeah.
I don't know whether Reebok would have been happy with that, because it sort of just blends in. You don't really, you don't know that it's really there.
Yeah,
but
that's
it's
really interesting.
Very 90s as well, isn't it? So,
and is there a sponsor there? I mean, is Revolution the sponsor, or is that just the nickname going across the? I don't even know if I even need an answer to that. To be honest, it's. I
don't know. Maybe it's like with New York Red Bulls. It's just a massive revolution on the front.
Yeah. Absolutely. Might just be that. Yeah. No, I think if you were playing up against that team, you would be dazzled. I think it would put you off. So maybe it's a very, very clever ploy. I wonder how they did in that '98 season.
Yeah, who knows? That's
worth looking into, I think. And how many times they wore the third shirt and won. I think that's 100% record.
Has to be, surely. Okay, so next I've got the San Jose 96 home.
I need to say snap. Unfortunately, we've hit upon one we both have.
Yeah, which must mean that it's terrible.
I think it has to be. You go ahead with your reasons first.
Yeah. So, I mean, the colorway is a lot like the Columbus Crew that I had earlier. Because it's the yellow and the blue and the red.
Yeah. On a white back, yeah.
Yeah, I do. So I like the sponsor of it. I think that's cool. Yeah. But I don't like the placement of the 8. I think that's a bit odd. But then I can't really. That's not really the actual kit. It's obviously been added on afterwards. So yeah, sort of not really there. But yeah, I'm not one for half and half. I feel like if it had one of the sleeves yellow, then it would work a bit better. I think this is quite a popular one as well. I've seen this about, and people do seem to like it, but
I can imagine, yeah, it
doesn't quite do it for me. I like the neckline, but yeah, it's just a bit too ugly, I think.
I think actually you taking me through it, actually there's more about it that I like now, actually, since you've pointed out a few details there. The sponsor is good and the neckline is really nice. Yeah. So those things too. My first instinct was someone got Microsoft Paint. Yeah. And was just doing straight lines. Those cyan, that color reminds me of some sort of Microsoft drawing program for a start. So those sort of neon-y weird cyan colors, and those triangles. I don't know if they have any relevance to anything.
Yeah, no, I don't have a clue.
And the yellow just seems such an odd choice. I can't see it, but I imagine if that was my team, I would absolutely love it. It'd be the cult classic one to have, wouldn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It's definitely stands out.
Yeah.
It's a packet of highlighters in a shirt, isn't it?
Yeah, but not even the nice ones. It's it's a weird pastel-y neon, like half and half pastel neon. It's just odd.
Yeah, I think your shirt is a shining example. As if you did wash your shirt with a packet of like maybe the pink and the blue highlighters, you'd get something beautiful like that.
Exactly. Yeah,
And
exactly.
you just coloured in this one with the same packet using the other colours.
So
That's good. Okay, have you got anything more to say on this one, or should we jump to the next?
I think I'm done on that one. Yeah.
Good stuff. Do you want to go to your one next? Because it was your turn and I jumped in.
Okay. Cool. So we've got the DC United 2017 away. Yeah, this isn't nice. It's very strange. It's sort of, I don't know what it is about it. It's sort of like a skeletal chest area. I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't quite look right. I'm not sure what they were trying to do. Yeah, I think the sponsor as well doesn't help. Maybe if it didn't have a sponsor, it would look better. But yeah, it's not a very nice pattern. It's not the sort of pattern that I would like to see on a shirt, really.
Yeah, I can see that I don't know what it is about it. It's just jarring. Is it the red sleeves? If it had black sleeves, would it be nicer?
Yeah, I think
Maybe?
you have a point there. I think that would help, because then it's not so like segregated. The it's like it's been made out of two different shirts and it's been stitched back up as one, and it doesn't look right.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Yeah. There's a and the sponsor isn't quite. Where would I put the sponsor? I don't know. Because you can't put it just in the white because it's too low.
Yeah.
But at that point, it just doesn't seem to fit with where the lines are.
No, doesn't look right.
Yeah, it's just I can't put my finger on exactly what isn't right about that, but there is something definitely not right. Maybe we should get DC UK in to view on this one because they're probably having an opinion on this old shirt. No, I can't get on board with that. I wouldn't wear that one.
No, me neither.
All right, let's move straight on then to we've got Sporting Kansas City 2014 third. So another third shirt from mine. So again, probably not one that's massively commonplace, but it's got this sort of Argyle jumper pattern across the middle, and I know that Kansas City fans have used this in other merch, or maybe the club has used it in other merch as well. These sort of diamonds. So I don't know if there is more of a meaning than I'm picking up on this, but it reminds me sort of some sort of golf attire. And to have Ivy funds written across too low along the bottom as well is really odd. And actually, I think it could be a nice. It's not dissimilar to the one I'm wearing actually. And now that I'm looking at it, but I think there's that pattern and the Ivy funds made it one that I just cannot get on board with. What do you think?
Yeah, it is a lot like yours actually. It does look like you've just put that one in the wash and like all of the other bits has like just washed off, and then you're left with what you've now got on. But it's the Ivy funds. I think why have you done this? It just looks really, really bad. I think it's either one or the other with that. I think you either choose that pattern and you either have no sponsor or have one that would look okay on there. I mean, maybe Ivy funds would look better actually on the pattern, but then I guess that would take away from what it's meant to represent, if it does represent anything.
Yeah, it would be harder to see. I'm thinking maybe if you had it in black, it might be. But I think it still wouldn't stand out as much with it.
Yeah. I don't hate this. I think it has potential, and anything would look nice with those MLS patches as well.
Yeah,
the old school.
They're really nice.
Old school, but 10 years ago is sort of old school.
I think so.
Yeah, I think there are nice aspects of it, but yeah, there's just something not quite right about that middle area.
Yeah, I agree. So, what's your final one? What's the fifth one? Fifth Zekey choice to go in?
So my fifth one is Kansas City Wizards 1997 home shirt.
Fantastic.
And this is another one where I didn't know whether I loved it or hated it. And I have decided that I hate it. And yeah, I guess it's sort of like it's got the Wizards of Oz, even though it's obviously not the Wizard of Oz, because it's not the completely yellow, but it's almost like that. If that was all yellow, then it's almost as if it is a nod to the Wizard of Oz, which would work because obviously the Wizards and it's just it's a bit strange. I don't think I like the bottom two stripes that are white, but then it's got obviously the other bit. It looks quite messy overall. It looks like it's not been made very well. Like all of the stripes are a little bit wonky, and I don't like the neckline because it's almost a collar, but it's not.
Yes.
It needs an actual collar rather than just the buttons and then nothing else. But yeah, and then the sponsor, it sort of merges in, doesn't it? You don't, and that's also not even a sponsor because it's
not, is it? It's literally just the name of the team. So I think we're seeing that a bit today, aren't we? With the having just the name of the team or the nickname of the team across there. So maybe the 90s weren't a big time for sponsors.
Yeah, but I like how Adidas have sort of been incorporated into the material rather than just slapped on. So yeah. It's just overall, it doesn't look like it's been designed very well.
Well, see, actually, conversely, I think that Adidas does look slapped on because it is a sort of horizontal rectangle that doesn't sort of move in. But then you can't put the Adidas in that yellow stripe or anything, can you? That wouldn't work at all, and it would get lost. A bit like the Kansas City text is getting lost in the stripes. The Adidas would as well. So yeah, I suppose you can't win with that. I'd have sympathy with them for that one. I think that the blue sleeve that blends in with the stripe, having the other one blue is a strange choice for me.
Yeah, I think so. It's I don't know, but then what would you have it? I guess you would have it as white then, would you?
Yes. Yeah,
white. I think white would work. I don't know whether it would make it better or worse.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Actually, I don't fully hate it. When I first saw it, I actually thought this is actually really nice.
Yeah,
the pattern on it, but then I get what you mean with the collar. That just white bit that comes down there is, I mean, maybe it looks good done up. Maybe that works better that way. But you can't expect players to have right up to the neck the whole time.
and also if they've got quite thick necks, then
that's a good point.
Tight, like him in the photo, he looks like he's got quite a thick neck.
Yeah, doesn't he?
Probably why they've opened it up, because if not, it's going to be choking him. Yeah, like that.
Exactly. Yeah, it's going to look even odder actually. But yeah, no, it's I bet that's a classic as well, though. I bet if you turned up to a Kansas, well, not the Wizards game anymore, but if you turned up in Kansas with that one, I think you'd get a lot of pats on the back and congratulations on that one, because it is a fine shirt in a way.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
my last one is, I think, one with no redeemable features whatsoever. It's a bit of a cheat because it is the goalie shirt, but I couldn't leave it out of this. I had to keep it in. The Vancouver Whitecaps 1990 goalkeeper shirt. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen in and outside of the world of football shirts. The pattern is abhorrent. the fact that there's three things on the top there and a line going through the middle, which looks like a pocket for some reason. It's just monstrous. I mean, there's four things, isn't there? I can't really tell whether that one in the middle's.
Yeah, that. So it's Safeway at the top, and then Pepsi.
It is Safeway and Pepsi. It's two different things, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it almost looks like a referee shirt.
That's a bit, doesn't it?
But yeah, it's like it's got bars of gold as well on there.
Yes, it does look a bit. I thought it looked like a bit like a Nan's carpet, but actually, the bars of gold thing might actually make it seem a bit better.
Yeah, I think this is one of those ones that is really ugly, but I absolutely love it.
Oh, brilliant! I'm really pleased you do, though.
It's that ridiculous that I just think it works, and like the collar I think is lovely. I would personally, I would love it if they didn't have Safeway, and the Pepsi was lower down and then bigger.
Yeah. And I like a Pepsi logo. I've seen a good Pepsi logo on a couple of shirts before.
Yeah, I think that would look like a classic. I think it would be really, really nice. And I think it helps that it's long sleeved as well. I do like long sleeved shirts, but obviously you can't tell from here. But I would imagine on the backs of the arms, you've got massive elbow pads.
Yeah,
which is
big black ones that go in there. Yeah.
Is 90s keeper shirts to a T. So I absolutely love it, but it is very ugly. Yeah.
If I ever find one, I'll buy it for you. Okay, but the chances of that happening, I think, are very, very slim. As a goalkeeper shirt from 1990 in Vancouver, but who knows?
Yeah, I don't think many will really have this in their collections unless they're a Vancouver Whitecaps,
real fanatic. Yeah. So can you pick a best and a worst from today's, do you think?
Okay, best and the worst. I'm going to have to go for this as the best, actually.
Wow. Okay. Good.
And in terms of the worst, I'm also going to nick one of yours. And I think the Columbus Crew home 2010.
Home, mate. Yeah.
I just don't get it. It's so bad. I don't. Yeah. Why is the logo? Why is the Adidas logo so high?
It's an absurd choice. Then the sponsor just makes me laugh. Yeah. It really looks like a sticker, and I don't. It's not as if it's even like 89, 90. This is 2010.
Yeah, but then also it's not a good era though. Like if you're looking at
that's a good point.
Eras, 2005 to about 2015. It's not good. There's a lot of quite bland shirts, but even that one, even though it is bland, they've not even done bland very well because they've drawn a line across it and they've slapped on a sticker. I just don't really. Yeah, I don't understand.
I'd love to know how it came together. What someone just drew this line of the yellow shirt template and just went.
Yeah, and then obviously the person who had to then sort of give it the green light, must have gone, oh, that looks amazing, perfect. Yeah, we'll have to run with that one. Thinking, why have you done this?
And then they passed it on to somebody else and went, right, you put the Adidas logo on it. And they went,
yeah, slap that on, perfect. Yeah.
Oh mate, yeah, okay, that's very, very worthy. I'm gonna stick with my my Vancouver goalkeeper shirt as my worst. I just can't. I don't understand how it came into being. I'm tempted by your worst because that it's just beggars belief how that ever got made. But this one is a very special, terrible piece of material. So that's going to be mine, and I'm going to take one of yours as my favorite. Actually, the Chicago Fire 2005 third shirt. The
Yeah.
sort of lilac with the stars. That's the one that I would wear out of this. If I had to wear one of them, had to own one, I would have that because there is something about it I really like.
Yeah, I think that is one that I would probably love if I owned it. I think
Yeah,
it just, yeah, just looking at it now, it doesn't look like it really works, but it's very unique. You have to give them that. So
oh yeah,
yeah, fair enough.
yeah. I've never seen anything like it, and yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, again now.
Yeah.
Good stuff, mate. That has been a lot of fun. I knew it would be, and it was great researching, and it was really fun talking them through with you, mate. So that's absolutely awesome. Yeah, all that remains is to say thank you so much, and we'll get you back for some more fun. I'm sure very soon.
Yeah, thank you very much once again for having me on. It's been awesome. I do love laughing at awful kits, so it's great. But yeah, we'll have to sort another one out soon. We'll have to work out what would be an entertaining video and run with that. But yeah, thank you very much.
Absolutely, mate. I think, yeah, open to suggestions if anyone wants to put anything in the comments as well. Zekey and I will run down any sort of shirts you like. So, yeah, hopefully we'll get some good ideas there.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good to see you, mate. Take care.
Cheers.